Alright, looks like I'm doing one more video before the end of the year. I hadn't planned on it, but why not? Now, before we get started, I normally don't like asking this because I feel like a complete weenie for doing so, but please like and subscribe, leave a comment down below. It helps the channel out, gets it up in the algorithm, gets this content out there for other people to see. Anyways, let's get started. Now look, I normally don't do modern games. Okay, that's not entirely true. I don't do these kinds of videos for them, let alone for remakes. But while browsing Steam, I came across the House of the Dead remake. Now you need to understand, this game originally came out in '96, and the last time I played it, I was like 10 or 12 years old at a local restaurant on one of those old arcade machines. You know, you see them sitting off in the corner, they'd have all that cool game art on the side, it'd be loud as possible to get your attention. You see the flashing of the screen, it's like one of those old 2 TV screens, you see the light guns hooked up to it, you see the demo playing, be like, hey, that's cool, and then it cons you into getting your quarters into it. And having a little bit of extra cash a la gift card, I decided to blow $6 as it was on sale and give it a whirl. Now, I'm still not sure what the story of this game is, and I really don't care. Basically, I'm assuming you're some kind of agent. You roll up on this manor full of zombies that want to turn you into mincemeat and then grind you up for their hamburger. After getting a call for what I'm assuming is your girlfriend, I don't know. And honestly, I don't care. So let's get down to the zombie killing goodness. Now, first things first, House of the Dead is an arcade rail shooter, which means that essentially after killing all the baddies, or depending on how it's scripted, the game will move you along automatically. And it also means that it maintains a frantic pace and you will need to be on your toes. And as you advance through the manor, you will have opportunities to rescue scientists, which, aside from rescuing the first one, which allows you to enter the manor via the front door, if you can actually save them. I wasn't able to do this on my first run. It'll net you things like hit points and a hefty score bonus. Enemies are also pretty straightforward. They have their own attack patterns and weak points, fairly bog standard for a game like this. They may throw projectiles at you, so you have to shoot them out of the air. Though I will say they are very quick on the draw and will knock your teeth down your throat if you let them, especially if you round a corner and they're just there. Can't recall how many times I've taken damage because of that. The boss fights are similar, often requiring you to target a weak point, with you essentially getting this schematic that says, shoot here, stupid. And each boss, well, they're not great. I had more trouble with this flying fucker right here than the other two ones involving the first one, which is this armored bastard that involves shooting him in the chest. The second one was this giant spider fucker that you had to shoot in the head to keep him from getting at you. Now, I will say the last boss made up for all this. Each one has their own attack patterns and phases, again, bog standard. There's even a credit system if you died, so you can basically continue as needed, which is pretty nice. I did end up using up all of mine on my first playthrough. I lost a lot of them to the final boss. Gunplay is pretty straightforward. Use the mouse, point, click, shoot the weak point. And as stated before, you'll knock down any projectiles that are flying at you, and when you run out, the game will let you know, loudly and often. I will say the sheer pace of the game led to more than a few occasions of me trying to shoot and being completely out of bullets. Though once I got the hang of it, as crappy as my reflexes are, it wasn't smooth sailing, but it definitely got a lot better. Sound design, well, it's okay, for the most part. The guns don't sound too bad, enemies sound like monsters, you can usually hear them growling, groaning, and roaring. The voice acting is terrible. Remember when I said the game will let you know when you ran out of bullets? It's aggravating, but I can excuse it given the game in question. Music's pretty nice too, lively and fast-paced, complementing the gameplay. Graphics, they look pretty damn nice, lighting's nice, enemies are highly detailed. Though I will say between the blood spatter and dismemberment, it gets a little ridiculous sometimes, but it's good for feedback. You can complete the game in roughly about 30 minutes, give or take. And I guess there's 3 possible endings. I got the third one, and there's also a horde mode which increases the number of zombies exponentially during the campaign. I'd accidentally shot one of the scientists as a result. Got an achievement on top of that too. Murderer! Wasn't intended, but hey. If you're an achievement hunter, there you go. And there's also unlockables if you're going the extra mile, though I haven't gotten any yet. I'm here to blast uglies. Now look, I see a lot of people complaining in the reviews quite vigorously, in fact, that the game was too short, it's not worth the money, even at a discount, that it needs new features like being able to scan ahead, or the player should dictate the pace of the game, or, play like a more traditional first-person shooter. A bunch of stuff for the modern era, for the modern gamer. Let me explain to y'all something. This game was essentially designed around being as Nintendo hard as possible in order to get you to dump as much money into the machine as possible trying to beat it. It was like 50 cents a pop for each playthrough. Might have been 75, could have even been more than that. I honestly don't remember. Now, is it worth it? Well, I had fun, I know. Not a particularly high bar to set, and I will likely continue to try and go for that high score again at some point. But it's not for everyone. If you enjoy a nice little fast-paced game that doesn't take long to complete, or you're a fan of House of the Dead, go for it. although I do recommend you wait for it to be on sale. Anyway, I've been Farzy, and thank you for watching. Peace out.